I have a plan developing. They can't, I did research on shoreline access, and you're allowed anywhere, and there's a shoreline down through here, so I can move the boat like 100 feet over there, tie off to the railing, and put a bunch of, oh, massive police response. Just noticed that. Surprised I didn't draw my eye earlier. Ambulance, I mean, surprised I didn't hear it if it was a wreck. Oh, maybe it's before I came out here. I've been out here 3 minutes. If I put the boat next to this wall, there's minimal, not zero, but minimal waves and stuff. Like, only a storm makes waves, and they're not huge. And it gets much narrower in that section. Oh, fuck, I left it at 10, sorry. It gets much narrower in that section, and that might offer some protection. That wall on the far side, the wind seems to come from that way, or the waves kind of did. But that's not... I have to study the local weather patterns. I'm not familiar with it. But that side may be... more protected. And if I tie off and put a bunch of fenders out to protect the boat from bumping against the wall, then I'll have a solid anchor point. The only problem is anybody could get to it. If I put it close enough that I can climb up to shore, anybody could. But what if I put it out further and anchor and anchor it in deeper water so you could not get out there without, like, the dinghy. Okay, I'm forming this plan on the fly here, and I could take the dinghy to shore, and the dinghy has these little screw things. It's real easy to unmount the dinghy, real easy, like stupid easy, the outboard from the dinghy. So I could untie the motor, or undo the motor, and take it with me. Like, go tie the dinghy up, go get my vehicle, which I believe can just be parked right here. This is public right here. This is public parking, and it's a public dock. I'm not trespassed or anything from this. I'm welcome to park here. Anybody is. Now the other side's got security, and it's got and that's where I usually park. I'm just I'm bringing shit. I'm doing shit right now. Anybody can park here, so I can park here, and I could fucking put my boat right there in the middle, or out or towards the other side if I think it's more sheltered in the narrow part, like to minimize you want to block where the wind's coming from, so it doesn't have distance to pick up fucking it gets worse when like that long sweep there, the wind's coming from that way, it whips it up better. So I need to study this. So I need to study the weather patterns, like, to see where would be optimal. But I could have the boat out there, and then take the dinghy and come to shore, and quickly go get my vehicle over here and take it somewhere down, and take it down there, and go get the outboard off the boat and put it off the dinghy and put it in the SUV and take off and do whatever I got to do, and then come back and then put my whatever supplies I have, like gas for the generator and food and propane and shit, and put that on the dinghy, put the motor back on it, go out to the boat and moor to my own boat, put the supplies on the boat, and I'll have internet, because if I run a generator and have power, I make my own internet. I never signed up for theirs, although I was going to, for backup for my security cameras, because he knew about that weakness too. We talked about that my security shit goes down when you pull the power, so he interrupted that recording, which is a whole nother. So yeah, I mean, I have to do what I have to do. Do people expect me to give up on my home and life? Like, I don't have other options. And the boat is fine. The boat part, the home, you know how expensive homes are? They're hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have the physical home. That can be done because I own all these things. I have the outboard. The only expensive part is the outboard motor, and I own one. And I looked up the laws on power and stuff. It's good. It's 3 horsepower. 15 horsepower is the limit before you get into the classification and stuff. And I can afford registration and shit easy. So that's like $20. That ain't shit. And my whole life's set up with my mailbox near here and my storage near here. You know, there's just a little bit to the west, and there's my storage. Which also will let me keep more valuable stuff, like the PSVR. Maybe I put that up in storage, and not the laptop. Too bad I can't do remote shit and have the laptop in a secured storage unit and just broadcast the screen out. That would be fucking... One of these days we're going to have that with quantum computers and stuff. But someone would have to come out on the boat and break into it. And I do have a security camera, and if I could find a way to keep the camera on, or the camera connected to the internet, so keep the Wi-Fi modem on when I'm gone, then I have my own security. But I have to keep internet access for the camera to be able to monitor it and for it to upload and panic alarm and yell through it. So if I get a battery bank, one of those big battery bank setups, like a $500 battery bank thing, and I make sure it's charged off the generator every night, when I leave, if I hook it up and I have the internet, and the camera's on a battery, the camera goes for a couple of days, it's like 3 days or something, without needing anything to touch it, as long as you aren't setting it off all the time. And you can set it arming away and through a cell phone app, and you can also look live through it, and it saves the footage for a month and shit. So and there's also insurance. I do have insurance, and there's stolen item insurance and shit. I need to call my insurance company so I can insure property on the boat. If someone did come and rob me, I would get paid. I did get paid when they vandalized my bike, and I got $1,400 when they vandalized my bike in Lake Forest, and that is about half, a little under half the price of the bike. Well, I mean, I had to put $800 in the bike. The bike was like $4,000 after the massive upgrades or repairs. Like, what do they expect me to do? What are people expecting me to do? Just because you call me a faggot and tell me I don't deserve to live and I don't deserve to have the rights and protections of other human beings, you expect me to just crawl off and die or fight back? No, I gotta fight back. My life depends on it. Like, what were you expecting? What on earth were you expecting? Hold on, there's a fucking... Hey, man. Hey, you a regular over here? You here? Are you work here regularly? I'm in the liveaboard boat over there, and they're trying to kick me out because I got swatted. They sent the cops to harass me. Yeah, I didn't even know it was coming. Like, just my stalkers of long term did that, and it messed up my whole life. I'm desperately trying to raise some community support to put pressure on them to leave me alone. I'm a disabled...
I have my hearing aids on.
Oh.
But still, in spite of that, I've heard some stuff.
Oh, yeah, you've heard? Yeah.
Kicked out somewhere?
Yeah, here. I had a slip over there, and they moved it over here, and they're kicking me out, and they just moved...
Good luck.
I need help. Like, I'm scared. My stalkers harass me constantly.
Yeah, I'm not in a position to help.
Well, could you talk to your coworkers and other maybe witnesses and at least go check out the YouTube?
I have a boss.
You work for Chris?
What?
Chris?
No, I work for the building here.
Oh, it's separate than the office. His office is right there.
Yeah,
like
I know who he is. Yeah.
Oh, you know.
I work for them. I work for the building, the property.
Okay, well, do you have any, can you give me the contact info? Tell me who to talk to for the owner of the building. Maybe I can contact them and get them to put some pressure.
My boss of 20 years, he limits his conversations with the owner of the building. My boss is the property manager. He used to be the owner.
Well, whoever's in charge, just whoever the public.
Has no You apparently are not squatting on this property.
Huh?
To my knowledge, you are not squatting on this property.
I'm not squatting at all. I had a valid lease. And,
well, whatever. You're not on this property. So
right.
these people have nothing to do with whatever you're.
Well, the manager that's bullying me, his office is in that building. So maybe the building manager could be like, hey, this is bad publicity. We're beating up on a retarded guy on disability. Well, I'm desperate. Like, I'm scared to death. I'm losing everything I own. I've never had anything. This was my disability back pay. It's once in a lifetime. I'm fucking dead. And it's nice. I had a home.
I gotta get back to work. I feel.
All right, yeah, but can you at least go check it out on YouTube? That's free. And every number counts because it helps it circulate. The Hard Tard, just 3 words. The Hard Tard. And you can see my stalkers saying shit like they're gonna burn the boat with me in it tonight. Which is another thing. I'm scared to death and want my neighbors looking out for me because these people are serious and they're dangerous. And so I can't talk to the building management. That's a rough plan, but can you just tell me who they are? Like what the name of the company is or how to contact them? I ain't got no bass in my voice because my throat's dry. I need a bottle of water. See how fucking rude people are? Like, he's heard about it, and my stalkers have posted that I'm squatting. I'm not squatting. I paid full price, just like everyone else. Paid every penny. Paid ahead. Paid deposit. Have a big deposit. Full month's rent, $600 deposit. I didn't do anything wrong. Now, I'm asking the worker that works for the building management, how do I contact the building management? And I can't get that information. That's how obtuse people are. And he said something about the owner and the manager are separate. Fine. It doesn't matter. Look what it is. See, that's the security that comes around. And that's the ones. You see what I mean about fire? And if they build a fire, the dude was sitting like right there. Right the fuck there. So if they built the bonfire there, they could just throw a burning plank of wood on my boat. It'd be easy as hell. I could just underhand toss and throw a flaming board on my boat. And if I'm asleep, it could catch the fiberglass will burn under certain, I don't know what the temperature is and all, the resin and stuff. Like, it would catch fire, and if they throw it on the deck, that's where the door is too. So to get out, I would have to open the door and run through the fire and jump off the boat. So I have to just be burned like fucking Deadpool, because there's no way out except the one fucking door. Which that's where the security camera is, of course. So you are not getting in there without my camera getting you. It's a fucking nightmare, man. I didn't do anything wrong. People are just fucking bullying me for no reason. I was minding my own business.